a dream, I was water just flowing through space, till I landed on the record that my grandma would play. Talk sweet like jazz in the park after rain. What the grass smell green and the air feels safe. Put the phone on mute, let the silence explain. I don't need much, just a book in the brain. Used to chase things that were run from me. Now I sit still, let the peace come free. Paint a verse in the sky with a loose leaf. While the moon do a dance with a soft oak tree. Let it ride, let it be, let it be what it be. Got a breeze in my chest and a thought run free. I don't rush, I don't race, I just float on three. Got a vibe in my soul, got a life on key. Let it ride, let it breathe, let it roll like that. Got the world in my cup and the beat in the back. I don't stress, I don't fold, I just lean on facts. If the sun don't shine, I'ma still bounce back. I've been good, I've been gone, I've been lost in the loops. Got a hoodie and some headphones, walking with truths. Ain't no inches in the feed, just noise and flex. But I found God once in a vinyl set. Talk slow when I speak, let the moment stretch. Learn peace ain't found, it's a thing you protect. Yeah, I vibe like water, I change and shift. But the roots still deep like my grandma's grits. City move fast, but I drift like smoke. Let the rhythm in my chest be the way I cope. Wrote a song for the days that feel soft and broke. Why the healing don't shout, but it still got hope. Let it ride, let it be, let it be what it be. Got a breeze in my chest and a thought run free. I don't rush, I don't race, I just float on three. Got a vibe in my soul, got a life on key. Let it ride, let it breathe, let it roll like that. Got the world in my cup and the beat in the back. I don't stress, I don't fold, I just lean on facts. If the sun don't shine, I'ma still bounce back. Let it ride, let it breathe, let it be what it be. Got a breeze in my chest and a thought run free. I don't rush, I don't race, I just float on three. Got a vibe in my soul, got a life on key. Let it ride, let it breathe, let it roll like that. Got the world in my cup and the beat in the back. I don't stress, I don't fold, I just lean on facts. If the sun don't shine, I'ma still bounce back. Writing in the margins of my mind all day. Sipping herbal in the morning just to feel okay. Had a dream, I was water just flowing through space. Till I landed on the
Hello and good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It is 11:03 a.m. Wow, I'm very excited here. Who is here? Let me just know in the comment section. How are you doing right there? Wow. Kindly make sure that you click that like button the moment you join this live, because things are really very interesting. Trust me, you needed me this life. You needed me in this life. Because of what is happening in the market, you needed me in this life. You're going to learn a lot and we are going to have a lot. So, relax. The first thing that we do here is to relax. This must go more. Good morning. How are you doing? Good morning. If you can actually do some favor for me, just you can share the video. It's going to be interesting as well. Thank you so much. Please, it's actually going to help us. Just Amos, we are in. Amos Mongi, how are you doing, bro? All good here. Kindly I think if you can all actually like this video, all of you, I think we're going to be somewhere. Thank you. You need to be fast so that we can just finish this thing. Lewis, how are you doing? Thank you so much. Mohammed, good morning, how are you doing? Isaac, morning, 1,000 grand. You're going to make money here, so we're going to make money here now. Maybe I'll start with the clarification of what is happening, because it is really very important of what is happening right now in this market. Right now, it is really very important to know what is actually happening into this market. Kindly keep liking. I've not seen everyone liking this video, so allow me to share this on 1 minute. Yeah, thank you, thank you. Oh yeah, so we are going to be targeting that right now. So let's see where this takes us. Let's see how this takes us. The last live that we have done, I think almost August, and I think almost the whole of this year, we are just hit the stop loss just twice out of maybe almost 20. Yeah, it's actually been crazy. So for those who have been here, they know that it has been crazy here. So it's my prayer that this live is actually going to hit the TP. We are going to hit the TP. That's my prayer, that we're going to hit the TP. Someone say amen. We're going to hit the TP. We're going to hit the TP so badly. But allow me to do some clarification of what is happening to the market right now, so that you can brace yourself. It's really very important to know what is happening to the market, so that we don't trade against that. Whoever is liking the love button, thank you so much. It's really very good to understand what is actually happening to this market before we proceed. What is happening to the market? Yesterday you saw this happening to this market, right? And I hope you can see my screen. I hope everything is okay. This is what happened. This, I'm going for those who have been here, I'm going to be talking beginner's language most of the time, but of course we'll be combining it with the pro knowledge. Yeah? So just listen. I don't want anything to distract you at all. You just listen. Just listen to this. Huh? Yesterday, this is DXY. DXY, of course, it combines different. It's like an index that follows on how the dollar is really performing. But in real sense, if you actually follow this, DXY does not follow only dollar, but it's like dollar has big share on DXY, so that is why we use DXY, but does not solely use to follow dollar alone. Put that in mind. That is DXY. Thank you so much, Paul Machari. You are confirming that the sound is clear. Thank you. Now I want you to let's move with this. Trust me. In this video, in this live, you're going to love it. You are going to love everything that you're going to be having right here. Trust me. Now, that is the DXY. But it most follows on how dollar is really performing. Now, this is how DXY performed yesterday, because you can see it moved from all the way this bigger move here, this, and moved all the way down. So if the DXY is going to be moving like that, then what is going to translate to the GOND? Because remember, the symbol for GOND is simple. The symbol for GOND is XAU, then dollar. All right, so most of the currencies are mentioned, the value is mentioned in dollars. That's why you see, for example, also most of what we actually have on the trending view is actually mentioned in terms of dollar, and as you see, most of them are actually, the dollar is actually the king. Trust me. Now, this is what happened yesterday on the DXY, and I'll tell you why, because I need you to follow on this, because there's a lot of confusion in the market right now, and trust me, the market is confused, just like first year in Kenyatta University looking for classes. This is very interesting. Look at this bigger move that we see here. But if you move to the GOND, this is what you're going to see. This is what you see. Same but opposite direction. Of course, that was supposed to happen, because if the dollar moves down, because you know those stuff, then that is what actually happened. We are actually going, because this is GOND, we're going to see where is GOND going to be moving to. We are going to analyze GOND on the highest time frame and also on the lowest time frame. Okay, but I want you to know what happened yesterday. This is what happened yesterday, so that we can follow on that and see what can actually happen to this market. So yesterday the government announced buyback. They announced what is called the buyback of treasury, they announced the buyback of treasury bond, especially long term. So we have treasury bonds that are actually for 30 years. This, okay, it's very simple. I know you have heard about the bank, like the government want to borrow money from citizens. You want to borrow money from citizens, okay? If the government want to borrow money from citizens, what it does, it announces the government bond. For example, in this case, this is what happened. So I want you to be very clear on this so that you may be able to understand. Now, the government announcing the government bond. For example, it says $100. I'm going to be giving you 4%. How much is that? And remember, bonds, this is per annum, This is per annum. Meaning you're going to be getting how much? You're going to be getting $4 per year. Okay? Now, this is the first price. This is like original price. $100, 4%, $4. They are all the same. Now, what happened yesterday is very simple. There is going to they decided to buy back. Remember, when the treasury bond price is actually announced, it just released to the market. That means it can move up or down depending on demand. Depending on the demand of that. Depending on the demand. There's some videos I've posted on TikTok and I think here on YouTube telling you how the yield is actually very important when it comes to the stocks market, when it comes to gold, dollar, and everything. That is really very important. Okay, now we are moving. We are moving slowly. Sorry. Oh, okay. I don't know where I just pressed. Sorry. That is what you need to know. Thank you. I don't know what I just pressed out there, and that is what you have now. Let's continue moving. So the government has just announced the buyback treasury bond long term. All right. So I said, assume now the bond is going at $100 and you are going to be getting 4%, and that is $4. That is $4. That is the buyback. Now, I hope you can see my screen right now, because I think I have switched it. Confirm before we proceed. I want you to see everything. And if you can't see, make sure that you click there's a small live button on the left down there. Make sure that you click that so that it can take you to the live market right now. Can you see my screen? Somebody, can you see my screen? Can you see my screen? I hope you can see it. Thank you. Yeah, I can see. Thank you so much for confirming. Now, this is what happened. So if they announce, I want to be very quick on this because this is not important, but it's really very important. Now, they're deciding to buy this. So when the demand for these rises, then moves up, what happens to the price? The price starts moving up. Now, if, for example, it's going to, because of the demand, of course, when they declare that they're going to be buying back the bond price, of course, what is going to happen in the broad price is actually going to be shooting up. Okay, it's going to be moving up. So if the bond price is going to be moving up, for example, let's say it moves to it moves because of the demand, of course, 110, then what do you think will happen to the treasury yield? Because this is the bond price, this is the treasury, this is the yield. All right, this is a round that you normally see, 10-year round, 5-year round, 30 years out. What do you think is going to be happening to the long-term round? The round is actually, so if this is going to be moving up, then to keep the same, because the calculations are just the same, what is going to happen to the round? The round is going to be moving down. I want us to have a reason why the dollar actually decided to fall. Then you'll be able to understand. Round down. Now, what happens to this? Now, remember, when people, when treasury bond actually matures, people are paid in dollars. People are paying in dollars, and trust me, those is a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Imagine the investment that is always there. The people are paying in dollars. Now, assume now there's people have bought and put all their money onto the treasury onto treasury bond. But why did the dollar fall? That is the most important key thing. Is because the yield moved up. The price of the bond market moved up. Then what happened to the yield? Went down. Then what does it mean? That people, the investors are actually going to be getting less dollars. So there's going to be little income for the dollars, money that you're going to be getting back. All right. So that means, of course, dollar down. Okay, I know there are some people will be trying to interpret this as people went to buy treasury bond, and then it is like buying bond, and then I think also that sometimes I interpret it like that, like when the bond market, we buy the bond, and then what happened to the dollar? The dollar has to fall because of taking money to the bond market and then the dollar falling. All right, but in real sense, it is we are getting the percentage of what we are going to be getting back is actually less, right? Is less, and that's why you see yield moving down and then dollar as well moving down because of returns of the investment. All right. Yeah. So okay, I don't know which country you're from. Okay. You get that? That is what happened. I know it's very sometimes it's going to complicate things, not to complications, but it's just simple as that. It's just simple as that, and that's how you need to do. I'll just repeat again so that you'll be able to understand and what actually might be happening to this later. The government decides to buy treasury bonds to buy back again. All right, that creates a demand. The bond price start moving up. Then of course the yield has to move, because remember those things are, they move concurrently. If this moves down, because they are fixed actually, so if the one moves up, then the other has to move down. If the one moves up, the other has to move down. So that is what normally happens. So in this case, because of demand of the bond price, then of course the yield has to move down, and the returns. What about the returns? Returns actually have to be less. So if this was $4, remember, if the price rises here and 4% of what is going to be happening to that is actually going to be something else. Buying back. Now let's move to what is going to be happening here. Let's see what actually happened to this price here. Yeah, remember this is what I said, that this is going to be moving down. The percentage is actually going to be moving down despite the price. So this is actually going to be moving down, and that's how you see now the return actually has to be moving. So that is what you need to understand. Like the returns are going to be, I think, less. That is why. Now look at this. Look at this. That is what actually happened across this area here, because most of the DXY. Okay, so if you look at the DXY, that is why you see now the dollar is actually, the gold is actually mostly affected by that. Now I want us now to see because there are a lot of things that are happening right now including the war in Iran and Israel, or what is just happening right now, is also another uncertainty of what is actually happening to the market. But we're going to see that. And when it comes to uncertainty, I think there's no best thing that can give us that. We're going to be using the volatility smile. We're going to be using the volatility smile. That is the implied volatility. We are going to be using that. So just relax. Now, I'm on 4-hour time frame. That is what happened to the gold. We are going to be checking even more of that. Now, if I move to the daily time frame, because that is where we normally start, because we want to have a long-term plan and a short-term plan for the gold and see what is actually going to be affect or happening here. There are two things that you need to understand. I'm going to be using different rules. I know we just have different rules, but if you look at this, there's a gap here that was being left, but this is what you need to understand when it comes to the liquidity loss. So let me put this on the daily time frame, gaps and imbalances. Yes, so this is what we have. You can see there's a bigger gap here that was actually left unfilled when it comes to this market. The reason I said we cannot consider this as a gap because the market actually moved past this. So it's just the market that was actually be moving, because if you move to the lowest time frame, you're not going to see something like that. And there's another thing that you need to understand. Like if the market is going to form 3 candles up and all of them create a gap, then the market is actually going to be filling the immediate gap that has actually been created. That is another rule that you need to understand. That's also normally happens to this market. But if you look at this as well, there's like a gap that actually been created on this. But if you look at this on the highest time frame, I think the price that we can be expecting for this market to come down or maybe retrace back is around this area here, which is actually located around 44.35. We're just building a case here to see whether the market is actually going to be moving into that area here and why we are receiving the rejection. That is where we are moving, and the highest time frame movement of where the market is actually moving. That is another important thing to check here, right? So that's how the market is moving right now. That's how the market is moving right now, this way. Now, this is the area that I'm expecting maybe the market to come to this region 44.37, but not yet confirmed. We need to confirm everything because you can see this market has actually need to come to this region here. I know there's another one where we were just waiting for this market. So this is another gap that has to be, something has to be done here. Probably this candle could have actually come to this area, but there is always why the market normally moves like this. And yeah, there's always the reason market moves like this without coming back, and that is very interesting because there are a lot of things here. I don't want to say that because I'm going to maybe create a video on that, why the market can move without actually coming back and retrace, for example, and fill these gaps that you see here. But this is an immediate area that I'm expecting at least market to revisit against this area here before it actually moves all the way up. Yesterday was very simple. I'm going to be showing you those areas where the market actually visited, and it was very interesting in this region. Now, technically, where is this market moving? Where is this market moving? We need to look at this market from afar, from far. Okay. Now look at that. Let me try to have. Let's think of trend line. Let's think of a trend line. Let's link of a trend line and see how this market has actually been moving. Look at that. This, I want to see how the market has moving. So this is how the movement has actually been, and we got this market breaking out and moving all the way up, and that's, I think that is the reason we created this gap here. you know, I'm just analyzing the way I do so that we can get to this page together. And I think this is the daily time frame. This is daily time frame we are talking about. So you can see this was actually left around this area here. So this market could have actually come to this area here. So look at that. And I think maybe I was expecting also this market to come to this area here. Yeah, that could have been made, that could have made a lot of sense before we actually move to this area here. And this gives us a food of thought that maybe in future, or maybe when we get the market actually breaking this zone here towards downside, there's likelihood for the market to revisit this zone again. That is something that can happen. That is something that can happen. Okay, but first of all, the immediate page where we are right now is at 44.38. That is the immediate place that we can actually talk about. Now allow me to check just 2 minutes on a weekly time frame so that we can see the fulfillment or the upper side of what is happening right now. Okay, if you look at that carefully, then you realize that's a very sharp move of how the market has actually that's how the market has actually performed right here. That's how the market has actually performed here. So someone confused, so I'm going to draw this here. This is actually interesting because I think the market is around this area here, this region. That region matters a lot, and I think that is where we achieved it today. We are going to check that on CME and see whether the market, that area is still valid. That is a zone that I'm talking about. So it seems that we are going probably to receive great rejections around the price where it touched today, but I'm going to check more on that. I want us to drive this technically and see those areas fast. Now technically this is the only area that we have a gap being created. This is the only area that we have this market actually the gap coming to. So on the highest time frame, like weekly, this is the only region that we have a gap. This is the area where the market created a very big move without coming back. Then if you look at this on the highest time frame, the market actually and already moved to this point here, to this area here where we have this. Yeah, but there's also a likelihood for the market to revisit that maybe in the next candle, but maybe still on this, because the market can still come here because these are long term on a bigger candlesticks. The market can actually come to this area here and still continue moving all the way to the top, but I think already we have gotten to 45.27. We need to know the destination of the upward for today and tomorrow. That is what I want us to achieve right there. Now allow me to come back. Now that is what I wanted to know. Now let me go back to 4-hour time frame. Yeah, still this area here is valid 44.40. That means of course there's something around 44.40. We'll be coming back to that. I hope now you're just following on this. We want to see whether the market is going to visit this area here, which we have 4,000 and 44444, because that is actually an interesting area. Here. So I just mark this 44. Remember that. Technically, let's see the candles that are actually being formed here before we proceed. These are very boring stuff. Before we actually even start, we need to break this before we think of putting a buy zone below. We need to break this. We need to break this. Now the price actually has to move below 70. Now, which is now the safest way to trade gold right now? I think it is actually buying when the price actually moved down. Is actually placing a buy stop or a buy limit when the market actually moves below this price here. When the market moves down, that is when actually you can place a buy. Okay, if the market is actually going to be moving past this, then I think that is the best place to buy. Right now I cannot tell you to sell. I cannot tell you to sell right now because I think the price has already achieved this, filled this gap that we have here. And the one thing I actually know is that the market fills the immediate gap that has actually been created into the market anytime we just get that. So I think the price is going to be moving towards this one, and we need to break. We need to have a breakout. And once the price touches this, then I think the market is actually going to be moving up. That is what I'm expecting from this market right here. This is what I'm expecting. Now we need proofs. We need proofs, we need values, we need exact positions, because we're going to be using a lot. We're going to be using volume profile. We are going to be using different views so that we can actually have this zone so good. 1 minute, 1 minute. Let me come. I'm going to mark these areas. Give me time. I'm coming. Okay, I'm coming back with more areas on where you're going to highlight this, the exact position where the market is going to be moving to, what you're going to be expecting from this. But I'm expecting gold actually to continue moving down and probably to 44444. Then we are going to set conditions for this market. Remember, that is what we actually been doing. We're going to set the conditions. Just give me like 5 minutes. I'm going to be coming back.
I just float on 3. Got a vibe in my soul, got a life on key. Let it ride, let it breathe, let it roll like that. Got the world in my cup and the beat in the back. I don't stress, I don't fold, I just lean on facts. If the sun don't shine, I'ma still bounce back. I've been good, I've been gone, I've been lost in the loops. Got a hoodie and some headphones, walking with truths. Ain't no answers in the feed, just noise and flex. But I found God once in a vinyl set. Talk slow when I speak, let the moment stretch. Learn peace ain't found, it's a thing you protect. Yeah, I vibe like water, I change and shift, but the roots still deep like my grandma's grits. City move fast, but I drift like smoke. Let the rhythm in my chest be the way I cope. Wrote a song for the days that feel soft and broke. Where the healing don't shout, but it still got hope. Let it ride, let it breathe, let it be what it be. Got a breeze in my chest and a thought run free. I don't rush, I don't race, I just float on 3. Got a vibe in my soul, got a life on key. Let it ride, let it breathe, let it roll like that. Got the world in my cup and the beat in the back. I don't stress, I don't fold, I just lean on facts. If the sun don't shine, I'ma still bounce back. Let it ride, let it breathe, let it be what it be. Got a breeze in my chest and a thought run free. I don't rush, I don't race, I just float on 3. Got a vibe in my soul, got a life on key. Let it ride, let it breathe, let it roll like that. Got the world in my cup and the beat in the back. I don't stress, I don't fold, I just lean on facts. If the sun don't shine, I'ma still bounce back. Writing in the margin margins of my mind all day, sipping herbal in the morning just to feel okay. Had a dream I was water just flowing through space, till I landed on the record that my grandma would play. Talk sweet like jazz in the park after rain. What the grass smell green and the air feels sane. Put the phone on mute, let the silence explain. I don't need much, just a book in the brain. Used to chase things that were run from me. Now I sit still, let the peace come free. Paint a verse in the sky with a loose leaf. While the moon do a dance with a soft oak tree. Let it ride, let it be what it be. Got a breeze in my chest and a thought run free. I don't rush, I don't race, I just float on three. Got a vibe in my soul, got a life on key. Let it ride, let it breathe, let it roll like that. Got the world in my cup and the beat in the back. I don't stress, I don't fold, I just lean on facts. If the sun don't shine, I'ma still bounce back. I've been good, I've been gone, I've been lost in the loops. Got a hoodie and some headphones, walking with truths. Ain't no answers in the feed, just noise and flex. But I found God once in a vinyl set. Talk slow when I speak, let the moment stretch. Learn peace ain't found, it's a thing you protect. Yeah, I vibe like water, I change and shift. But the roots still deep like my grandma's grits. City move fast, but I drift like smoke. Let the rhythm in my chest be the way I cope. Wrote a song for the days that feel soft and broke. What a healing, don't shout, but it still got hope. Let it ride, let it be, let it be what it be. Got a breeze in my chest and a thought run free. I don't rush, I don't race, I just float on three. Got a vibe in my soul, got a life on key. Let it ride, let it breathe, let it roll like that. Got the world in my cup and the beat in the back. I don't stress, I don't fold, I just lean on facts. If the sun don't shine, I'ma still bounce back. Let it ride, let it be, let it be what it be. Got a breeze in my chest and a thought run free. I don't rush, I don't race, I just float on three. Got a vibe in my soul, got a life on key. Let it ride, let it breathe, let it roll like that. Got the world in my cup and the beat in the back. I don't stress, I don't fold, I just lean on facts. If the sun don't shine, I'ma still bounce back. Writing in the margins of my mind all day, sipping herbal in the morning just to feel okay. Had a dream I was water just flowing through space, till I landed on the record that my grandma would play. Talk sweet like jazz in the park after rain. What the grass smell green and the air feels sane. Put the phone on mute, let the silence explain. I don't need much, just a book in the brain. Used to chase things that were run from me. Now I sit still, let the peace come free. Paint a verse in the sky with a loose leaf. While the moon do a dance with a soft oak tree. Let it ride, let it be what it be. Got a breeze in my chest and a thought run free. I don't rush, I don't race, I just float on three. Got a vibe in my soul, got a life on key. Let it ride, let it breathe, let it roll like that. Got the world in my cup and the beat in the back. I don't stress, I don't fold, I just lean on facts. If the sun don't shine, I'ma still bounce back. I've been good, I've been gone, I've been lost in the loops. Got a hoodie and some headphones, walking with truths. Ain't no answers in the feed, just noise and flex. But I found God once in a vinyl set. Talk slow when I speak, let the moment stretch. Learn peace ain't found, it's a thing you protect. Yeah, I vibe like water, I change and shift. But the roots still deep like my grandma's grits. City move fast, but I drift like smoke. Let the rhythm in my chest be the way I cope. Wrote a song for the days that feel soft and broke. What a healing, don't shout, but it still got hope. Let it ride, let it be, let it be what it be. Got a breeze in my chest and a thought run free. I don't rush, I don't race, I just float on three. Got a vibe in my soul, got a life on key. Let it ride, let it breathe, let it roll like that. Got the world in my cup and the beat in the back. I don't stress, I don't fold, I just lean on facts. If the sun don't shine, I'ma still bounce back. Let it ride, let it be what it be. Got a breeze in my chest and a thought run free. I don't rush, I don't race, I just float on three. Got a vibe in my soul, got a life on key. Let it ride, let it breathe, let it roll like that. Got the world in my cup and the beat in the back. I don't stress, I don't fold, I just lean on facts. If the sun don't shine, I'ma still bounce back. Writing in the margins of my mind grind all day, sipping herbal in the morning just to feel okay. Had a dream I was water just flowing through space till I landed on the record.
Okay, now I'm back. Yes, we will talk prosper. It's okay, no problem. I'm right here. Now this is the area that is what I'm talking about. Like we need breakout here. We need a breakout here, but we are going to establish this when we are going to be scalping. Remember, we are going to do that, right? We are establishing bigger moves first, then we are going to move to with the price. Then we're going to move with the price. For example, where the market is forming these candles right now, we need to establish 15-minute time frame so that we can move with the price. How the market is moving, we're going to move with it. That is what we normally do. Okay, but around this area here, we need the market, we need break, and it's actually going to be safer to buy than sell. So this is going to be our buy zone. So buy here. We're going to establish even more with the data that we're going to have, but technically that is the arrangement that I'm getting. Let's see on 15-minute time frame. The reason why I'm switching to 15-minute time frame so that I can see the structure. Is the market move pointing towards down, or maybe we are receiving the market actually trying to move back? You see, this is what I was looking for. The market did not achieve 45.05. I think maybe there's likelihood for this market to touch that even before we proceed to move up. But after that, this down, I'm expecting another one to come to 44.72. Then the market move up again, maybe to 85, and then maybe the next chart is the one that maybe take us all the way down. But I'm going to have this a line, this area here, to see this region, this and this. So when it comes to the scalping, this is the area that we are going to consider more. These are the regions that as well we are going to be considering. Yeah, these are the area that we are going to consider as well when it comes now to the scalping side. But remember, long-term side, we're going to be checking that. Now allow me to check more of the data of where the volatility smile is actually pointed to. With this is good. You need to be very careful. And remember, I also said one thing, that the market is really very confused right now. And remember, if you have not subscribed to the channel, make sure that you do right now. Yeah, the market is really very confused right now. There's just a confused element of what is happening. So let me move to the CME data for those who don't know how to move to this chart, because I said you're going to learn from this. So CME quick strike, the first page. Okay, and then I'm going to move to logins. I'm more interested in volatility smile and the wall, the way we have the core and puts walls, where we have the walls. That is the area, another area I'm interested in. Those are two areas. This is how you sign in. I hope you can follow the whatever I'm just doing here. So just open this page. I know if this is your first time and you have never done this before, then the next thing that you can actually do is to just register. To tell you to register, make sure that you do that. Yes, then you go to this place. There are a lot of things to explore here. There are a lot of things that look at that. This is that is corn, so I'm interested more on metals. Let's see where the smile is pointing us to. Let's see. Yeah, so the market is pricing a lot of the upward. There is uncertainty at the top, and I don't think this market is actually going to move past that. All right, I don't think this market is actually going to move above 45. I think that's where you see 45. Can you see this? You know, this is very important when you actually see something like this. This is 45.25, and there's some people I told to register to let me show you something, because let me see whether I'm registered so that we can see what is actually happening right now. This is very important. This is very important to look at right now. Non-data found. Are you registered to gochatting.com? I need you to, if for those who have not registered, to survey which account did I register to? Go chatting. Yep. I'll tell you why I'm joining the Go Chatting, so make sure that after this you're going to do that as well. You need, it's cheap for most of people. Not most of people, but all of us, and it's going to be very cheap for you as well. It's going to be very cheap. So okay. Jesus. There's something very significant, very important. If I skip that, then you are ruined. You are ruined. If I skip that, it's over. It is over. That's why I'm trying to register here. So allow me 1 minute to register to this. If I skip this, you are doomed. You are doomed forever, because you're not going to do anything. The CME things, the futures and the options things that you've been learning, and they're going to be useless. If you have not followed me, make sure that you subscribe right away. If you are subscribed, make sure that you do that right away. Yeah, so we are done. I don't know which account I used to register to this. Jesus Christ. If you've not done that, I'm done actually. Let me share something here. I want them to share the live data and get the OTP. Yeah. I want to be very quick, but I want to be very accurate. Okay, I think I just need to do that after. So allow me to share the chat so that I can show you what you need to do right here. So you need to register at least to the Go Chatting, and then you need to either free trial, or you can just do that. Then this is the area that you're going to be getting the free gold. Then all you just have to do on the Go Chatting is just search GC and then go to futures market. Then on this you need to click the first one from Comex. Don't click it, like go to this one. All these containers are going to be different. The reason we're going to see this is because they are containers, so they switch to different expiry. Of course, come here December, like for that, it's going to be the price is going to be so much difference. Like the difference between basis, that is called the basis or offset. The price between futures and spot market is going to be very huge. Okay. Now I want you to choose the third one. Just choose the third one, okay? If you have the live data, if you're registered to this, so that you can get the current price. For example, this is 40, what this is, okay, let me, yeah, for example, this is 45.25, but this is not live data. That's why I've not registered to this. So you need to register so that you can get this live data right now for us now to consider a no. But recently I actually compared this, and the price is almost just the same. And this is the area that we see. For example, see what actually happened around 45.25. That's the same thing that actually happened to the gold. If you can actually see that, look at this. Look at this price that we have here. What's the price? Is this 45.26, and the market was actually moving up. Look at that, 45. We are going to see this even in different areas. 45. This is 45.26. Just the same, the price that we got around this area here. I hope even yesterday this was actually there, and you can see now the most interesting part is this line here, which is actually known as the volatility smile, or the implied volatility. Yep, the implied volatility, that is the area that we have. So consider this as, so this is the price. I don't know whether I can just tell you all those things just at the same time, because it's crazy. This is the area that we are getting rejections around this area here. There's a lot of things here. There's a lot of things to do with this line here. And remember, the area that I'm talking about is going to be around, we have 44.80. That, I think that is the area that where the market 44.80. Where is 44.80? 44.79. There's a zone here. You see, this is 44.79. The same area that you see here. This is upward here. That's up here. 44.80. Around this area here, you see what is actually happening between 75 and 85. This small zone that you see here, the market actually behaving like a support zone where you have this. Look at that. Look at this. This is very interesting. That is very interesting zones. Very interesting thing that you see here. A very interesting thing. Now look at that. The next zone that we see is still the market is going to move to 45.25. Still we are going to get rejections at that area. If the market is going to fall, this area is very critical right now. That's why I was talking about we need a break, because once the market actually breaks out, the next area where you can get this, actually even 44.10, around 44.10, around 44.10. Right now I'm not operating on the offset. 44.10, 44.10, 44.10. Where is 44.10? That means this market can actually move all the way to fill this gap. It's crazy. There's likelihood still for this market to move even all the way to this place. A likelihood for the market to fill this gap here in case we get a breakout of down that area here. So if you're going to be getting a breakout to this area here, remember there's likelihood for this market to actually stop all the way to 44, around 44.10. That's what can happen. That's gonna happen in the gold within some few minutes. That can actually happen. So I was looking for this area here where we were talking about the market having a possibility of reversing across 44, around 44.30. There's a zone that we have here across this area here. Yes, I think this is valid at 44.30. I don't think whether we have developing areas 44.30. Where's 44, 44.50 across? I think it's just very small here because this is an intraday volume. Maybe it will keep evolving. We have not registered enough volume. Maybe it's going to continue on that, but that is the area we are going to be expecting this. Now I'm going to move to the second page. Yeah, but just know this, in case the market is actually going to be moving this, then we cannot move past 45.75. But we need to actually check on this so well. We need a breakout to one's downside. we need a break. So I'm focusing on more on bigger deals. We need today, so that's why I'm analyzing on my own, so that you can actually get these are the entries that you need. You need at least 1 hour to 2 hours, so that, and then the rest we are going to keep getting this market and see what we are going to have. Is not easy. You need to combine this, have the same data, just everything supporting each other. Yeah, so you see why the market, you're seeing why the market is actually getting all the way to around 44.75, 44.75 and 44.80. That's why the market is moving towards those zones, and the market start moving up. That is the reason that we are receiving this. It's because of where we are receiving these calls volume, where we have these strikes volumes. That is what's actually happening right now. But for me right now, I'm expecting this market, actually there's higher chances of this market actually moving even all the way down. And we are going to look at something different here, because that was 1 hour time frame. I want us to look at this very carefully, because there's something else that is really very important here. If I take the volume profile, let me see the broker that I'm using here. Let me see. I want to move to, let's use Pepperstone. I want to move to the Pepperstone. Okay, I want to move to the Pepperstone here. I want to see how the volume is on the volume profile. Okay, on the volume profile, I take it from here all the way to this current price. Now you understand why. This is the reason. Trust me, if the gold start moving down, you take this to the bank. You take this to the bank again and again. You take this to the bank right now. If gold will start moving down, if you're going to receive the breakout that I've shown to you up there, the next landing phase is going to be 44.10, 44.0 something. It's going to be 44 something. If you look at this low volume down here, the market does not tolerate those areas. So those are not areas to actually even consider having your stop loss. Don't have your stop loss here. If you have actually bought right now, if you're on buys, don't put your stop loss. Put your stop loss below 44. Yeah, because that market is going to swipe it all the way below 4,000, maybe 4,380 there. Because the market is, once it start moving, this can be actually crazy. Remember, this is the volume, so that means, of course, the area that has not much interest. Most of the time, the market comes and moves so fast in that area. There's always higher accelerations once the market moves. I don't need to repeat that. There's likelihood the market is going to fill this gap of 40. We said we're going to deal with 44. This gap here, I need to see again what we have, because maybe this volume is going to be developing again. 44.10 and 44.05. Yeah, roughly around that area here. Yeah, at least that is the area here. But if I look at how the volatility smile is elevated, that's very okay. That's very okay. And I think now once the market touches this, then we can start buying from this market. 44. That will be very okay. This market is pricing towards the downside. That's to me. We need to move down. I don't see, and if we are going to move past this, we're not going to move above 45.25. That is actually for today. Maybe tomorrow things are really going to change, but I'm still expecting a breakout of 44.78. I'm going to repeat that again. I'm going to be expecting this market repeating this, and I'm breaking this at the end of this. I'm expecting a breakout towards this. Then we can think of buying from this area here. Remember, we need to be checking volumes. We need to be checking this every single time to see how the market is. So that is very important. So it's not easy. You need to combine different data here. So I've not done yet. I need to check the rest of where the gamma exposure is. So this is the last one, not even the last one. I have a lot of things to check before I confirm, before I tell you that, before you enter the market, you need to be very sure, because once you start buying from 44, that's $100 clean. So you need 1 hour to confirm everything, at least 5 conferences to support what you're going to be doing. Then you'll be very all right. Where were we? We were here. Then the next thing I'm going to do here is move to the open interest. The page has been moved. What just happened? The page has just been moved. I'm gonna have to feature randa. To feature Thank you. Wow, this strategy is very boring, but trust me, if you have managed to hit all this DP all those days and the market respecting ABS every single day, then it's crazy. Now, what is a good thing that you can do with sort of areas like those? You can have sell stops. I can definitely put a sell stop, and then what I'm going to do in terms of scalping, my TP is actually going to be very close, like 89, like 69 and 60 TP. So the sell stop, those are the some of things that maybe we are going even to do here, so that you may be able to understand what I mean in this case. I'm not interested in other things. Let me check the gamma change. E44 is this is 4500. I need to expand this 25 and then matrix. Hello. Okay. I said if you're going to experience something like this, then we need to move to. I need to move to a different web. Let's try something new. Let's try this website. I need to move to the Brave first. Let's see whether it's going to allow us. I think I'm experiencing the same. I'm experiencing the same problem. I'll try with the phone. So number one, we are expecting this breakout here. So number one, we're expecting this breakout because it can actually happen at any time. So around 44.80. So if the market is going to be breaking out, we are going to be moving all the way down. You can have the sell stop around the area, but if the market is actually going to be moving up, this area again is going to be very interesting again. Now the market is trading around the POC, that is a point of control, so it's really very important right now. But we're going to be moving to 15-minute time frame before the market moves, so that we can start doing our things. We need to scalp a little bit and make some few coins before the market moves bigger, before the bigger moves. And before the bigger moves, we need that. And yeah, so the quick strike is down. Yeah, but I think we already know. Let me see that. Let me see this. I want to see the OE chart. Thank you. Let me see this. Don't think this is corn. I'm interested in metals. Yesterday I had 4 entries. Oh, perfect 4 entries. Yesterday there were 4 entries. Yesterday we got 4 of them. So I don't know why when I click this it's going to give me something different. I want to see the gamma change. $45, 70, just a little of it. And 45.25, we got these reactions. 45.50, another rejection. So if it can move slightly 25 pinches, then it's going to be okay. 44.50. 6 and 35. 44.50. 44.50. Can I trust 44.50? Not that much. I need to move up. Okay. All right, no problem. We'll be checking that because I wanted to check more of 44, 44.10, 44.25, or what we actually have. But 44.50, just locating around this area here. I cannot trust this area here. But remember what we have been talking about, 4444, because of this area here. I'll teach you about that strategy because this is my strategy that I actually developed sometimes back. It works so crazy. So you see now I cannot ignore. Yeah, it works, but you don't need to ignore this. You don't need to ignore this empty space here. This empty volume here is crazy. So I cannot ignore that. So that's why I cannot have a buy despite getting a lot of things around that area here. And that means, of course, if the gamma change is actually high around that area here, it does not mean it's going to become the support. It means, of course, there's an acceleration that can happen if the market is actually touches that, and that's crazy. That's why I cannot trust this area here unless maybe we and higher volume. That is when you need to combine this. You need to combine this with that. So you combine the volume there, you see the activity in terms of the contract. But remember, this is a tick volume that I'm using. I'm not using the contract size. So there's some amount of difference. If you really want to get in terms of contract, then you need to go and subscribe to futures market and get the contract size, right? For professional traders, that is what you need. Now I'm still waiting to see the gold. The way you see it struggling to move past 4,500, then I'm expecting to see a breakout to downside, and once that happens, there's a likelihood the market is going to hit. So many people are going to hit the stop loss for that, but the moment they will be hitting the stop loss, then with that moment we'll be buying, and we're going to be buying if the market approaches 4,400. That is the area. So where they are going to place their stop loss, that is the area we are going to, because I don't think there's someone who is buying anywhere from this is going to place their stop loss. So those who are still buying from 44.80, there's no way their stop loss is going to be 43.88. There's no way, unless maybe they are targeting bigger, or maybe we have some investors already into the market. Now my goal for the long term is this downwards risk that the market is actually going to change once you're going to get the market moving down in a crazy way, and the market is probably going to be moving up, very up. It's going to change so fast and then start moving all the way up. So that's why we have the support. The gap is there, and as well the price is supporting that. So this area here, so maybe this is going to be crazy, but just to save it, you don't know. I'm going to give you now the price, because I noticed so far need to be very careful on this, considering of what is happening to the market right now. I need to be very careful on this. I know sometimes it's going to take like how long. Today is on today is Thursday. Before tomorrow, this market actually might hit this, and we might actually be having entry. Imagine just entering the gold at 44, and we need to put, this is actually going to be big, but yeah, this is going to be big, right? So if gold moves to that area, then our entry is going to be so perfect once we buy from this. So my buying zone is actually going to be around from 4,400, That is how I'm going to label it from here. So all this is going to be my entry. All this is going to be my entry. From here all the way $30. So I'm going to divide it. I know that is crazy, but that is the area I know the market actually is going to be touching those areas. So that means, of course, my stop loss has to be here. So that I'm going to use a scale in. That is on. Now I'm going to be using a scaling in. Scale in. You need to be smart enough. I'm going to scale in around that area here. So it depends with how the market gets to this. So if I see the market touching 44 and still continuing to move down, then that is what I need to do. Maybe it can be 43.90. Yeah, that's the area I'm going to consider, but I'm going to at least have 3 entries, but within that zone, so I can just divide it. So which means, for example, if I need 0.3 of gold, I can have 0.1, 0.1 and 0.1 different entries, such that when the market reverses to the first entry, we still be in bigger profit. That is a strategy I'm going to use, because I think that region, that is where we are going to have the exact price, but from 4,400. Yeah, and the last price is where, so I'm putting that because the market might not, because so that you may not place your stop loss around those areas. Don't place if you are going to buy from 4,000, don't place your stop loss. Your stop loss should be below 70, below 43.70. All right, that is what you need to know. That is what you need to know here. Yeah, because there are some people who will be buying from 43.97. That should be very okay. Then placing their stop loss all the way down. There is what we call now you see the volatility smile, which is implying volatility. It shows there's a strategy that taught you that once the market approaches to where we have higher implied volatility, then what you need to do is to adjust your lot size, make it small, but at least have a wide region. Have something wide. Your stop loss should be far. Don't just go and trend. You buy at 44.01, then your stop loss is at 44.05. The market can actually hit that and continue moving up. I don't know whether you get it. You are very correct. Your stop loss will be hit. But remember, we are operating under an area where we have high implied volatility. And what can happen? The market can form bigger candles and still move to your directions. That's why I give it. It's not that I don't have a specific area to buy. It's because I'm actually improving to avoid my stop loss being hit so easily. You just need to do, when you see the higher implied volatility at a certain area, then all you just need to do, you can subdivide, you can use the scale in method, and then you can adjust your stop loss to be very far, and you need bigger account. And the next thing is use a small lot size. I'm giving you very high quality information here. I'm giving you very high quality things here. So that's what you need. Now that is if the market is actually going to be moving towards this breakout. But remember, we need to have this. We need to have breakout here. I don't know why I'm operating. I don't know why my mind is not trading gold up. My mind is right now not on gold moving up like again. So we need breakout. We need breakout here. So I don't know why my mind is fixed on the price moving down. I don't know why, but that is what I'm getting. Yeah, so I'm now prepared for downside. I think I'm now prepared for downside. I'm prepared for that. If this market is actually going to be moving up, remember now there is going to be the support. Short term. If we're going to be receiving this, remember, short term, we call it short term. There's going to be a short term. It's going to be short term. This is a temporary. It's going to be a temporary support, resistance. I mean, a resistance zone. That is, a resistance zone. So a likely resistance. So that is a likely resistance in case this market momentum keeps moving up. That is how I can just price this price and cannot move past that. That is what we are going to do. Yeah, so that's the area I'm expecting to see. So maybe today we are going to keep more, because you can see right now I don't think is a very good chance for you to buy or sell from this market. You know that fundamentally the market is confused, and I don't think we are sitting at when the market is actually sitting at the POC. Remember, yeah, that is one thing that you need to do. We are at the POC. That's how you can see the market is moving and all the way up and down. The POC means point of control, and that means that's where the highest volume is being traded right now. That is where higher activity for the volume being traded. That's how you can see 65 versus 70. That is what we have, and I think we might be having the market actually that can move all the way sour. Okay, so that is in terms of gold. We need to be patient enough now to wait for that. That is what we have, but actually we might be getting down. Remember, we have that's bigger moves. Because if you're just going to use 0.1, that is your entry for the entire week. That's one thing for entire week. What do we have on the lowest time frame, like 5-minute time frame? Because structural wise, we need to see how the market is performing. This is now for fun. Let's see whether we can get a small entry around this area here based on what we have. This is what we have here. What do we have now? I think we have done with that entry is done. We are done with that. We are done with the bigger entry. So our work is just to wait and see how the market is going to be around those areas. So 44. Bigger moves. If that happened, I'll be very crazy because I'll be making a lot of money. Although we just made some yesterday, but I think the week is going to be, if the market actually moves to that area and I take my entry, no more entry even tomorrow until next week. Yes, Basi, blah, 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 blah. Hey, your name is very hard. Hi, Dan. Please explain us the indicator and those numbers. Yeah, so okay, let me just summarize it for you. I use volume profile for just one thing: to know the entry, to know the area, actually to know what not to do, to know where not to put my stop loss, and know the area not to enter. No, it helps me to know where not to do something, because where we have lower volumes is a no for me, because high likelihood is operates the same as volatility, small but different. Yeah, so make sure that you follow me, subscribe to this channel, so and ask questions. I'm going to answer them, so worry not. My number is out there. I think there's some people saying, oh, I see you, I took your money. So please don't go and get scammed out there and then you come to the main. That is a problem with people. You get scammed on other fake platform and then you come to the main platform to say someone got you. Don't be crazy. All right, now let me see whether we can have something across this path here. 5 minute time frame. 5 minute time frame. You need to be very quick on this. What do we have? What do we have is the market that is this is the same thing that will happen. You see this a small gap that was being created here on 5 time frame. That is the same thing. You see what happened to the gold on the highest time frame, daily time frame. This is the same thing I'm saying, where this gap around 4 and then moves all the way to at least this zone before it moves up. That is the likelihood of what can actually, this is just a reflection of what we are getting. And that is the same thing I'm saying, that this likelihood for the market to actually just do that. Look at that, the market moved up, creating this, and look at that again, and boom. That's the same thing that is happening across this area here. Can you see the same pattern? Just look at the same pattern that we saw on the daily time frame. Just the same, just almost the same. Market slightly, then big move, then all the way up. So that's why I'm saying that once the market start moving all the way down like this, once we break down like this, you can do two things. You can arrange for sell stop, but the best thing is actually to buy all the way down here. When others will be hitting the stop loss, you are in. Okay, that's what we're going to be doing. Now, do we have a clear setup here of how this market is moving? Do we have a clear setup of how this market is moving? Yep. Which strategy can we use here? Do you know 9 types of liquidity? Because you need to know also 9 types of liquidity. I've explained them here very simple, around that minute. So there are a lot of liquidity rules that you need to understand about. Okay. You know, I'm just looking to see how this market is just moving on for a minute. I need to have a small entry. I need to have a small entry here before we are waiting. We are waiting for bigger entry. Before that, let's see what we have. You know what the law of liquidity says? That is on the resistance sign, because that is actually is called as this one. You see, for example, we are expecting this market to come to this area here, around this area here, but look at that, skipped all the liquidity. Now for us to buy, we need to this market to move below this, of which has actually happened. I want you to look at that carefully. This is very interesting. This is very interesting. But actually we could have moved below this, around 42.80. Then after liquidity sweep, you need displacement. Then you need to enter. But it's almost the same thing that happened to, because this is a lower time frame. almost the similar thing, swiping all the way up, moved below this, I think another one here. Yeah, that's what happened, but not so much accurate. There's a lot of noise on the lowest time frame. Please explain about the volume indicator. We are going to do that maybe, but I sent there are a lot of things around that area, so then so many people know about it. So yeah, do we expect this market to continue moving up, down in lowest FM? Yeah, look at that. This is a small thing that you see. If it's going to prove us where the market is going to be moving this way, that let's see if this candle is going to be moving, because it's going to be moving below this again. I don't think we can move above this. This is another one. Look at how this market is moving. This bigger moves. I don't see it clear. There's a lot of noise around the POC. There's a lot of noise around the POC. The market is touching the POC and moving up like this, trading around the POC. So this is what happens to the POC. The POC like this, and then this is what happens to the price. You see a POC like that, and then this is what happens to the price. Around it, down, up, down, up, down. That is what happens to the POC. That is what can happen to the POC. Yeah, but we might actually be receiving a supply around this area before the market boom. But if you look at this structure so well, it's a likelihood the market we're going to receive all the way down anytime, any moment from now, any moment. So I think I just need to wait on that, and then maybe we are going to be looking on that. Before that, let me, because I don't see, there's a lot of noise on our lowest time frame, so actually not going to do it. Let me just wait. I've seen a lot of noise on it. So I'm going to, this is a zone that we are going to do our things, and then our TP shall be around 44.78 once we start buying. All right, now volume profile is easy. It tells you what is happening to the price. There's two different types of volume that we have. There's a volume at time. There's the volume that shows you what happens at a certain time. Okay, there's a lot there's a lot of that. There's that volume that is always at the bottom here, and you see bars rising up like this. That's a normal volume, huh? That's actually a net volume. Most of you're going to see is net volume, which means, of course, you're going to see what has actually happened. What happened at 5:30? The price start rising up. The problem with that is not showing you the price. It's just showing you what happened at a certain time. That is a kind of volume. It's not so much relevant, because most of the time it's lagging. It's just going to show when the price has already happened. It's just the same as this. Most of the volumes that you're going to see from the market, most of the volume that I'm going to be showing or to be checking on the market are actually lagging. they show you something that has already happened, including the volume profile. It just shows where the activity has actually taken place. That is interesting. Now, I know the most important question is to be asking yourself, where can I see before the market moves? Where can I see where people are entering the volume, or maybe where the volume is pulling up? Because that is where I have the potential of knowing that the market is actually going to be moving to that place and reversing to that around those areas, right? Oh, sorry. I don't know what I just wrote here. Skill in seriously? Seriously? What? This is skill in. Oh, Jesus. Skill in. What's this that? Hey, I'm not serious. Sorry, my English teacher. Hey. Okay. I was in volumes, eh? The biggest question that you should ask yourself is this is the biggest thing that even those people who claim to know volume, they don't know about. Volume profile will just show you what has just actually happened to the market. Most of the volume is actually going to show you what has actually happened to that market. There's only one thing that will show you what is going to be happening to the price and what is going to be happening, what is actually going to be happening. But remember one thing, if you're going to be getting a volume of to know where the volume is actually is, or how it's going to be happening to the volume, if the volume is handing to a certain zone, and options and futures are different. That's a different thing. It's not the same as this. So if you know the volume is actually going to be at a certain area, is it ending up or moving out? There is always a high manipulations when it comes to that, because most of big institutions, what they do, they need to pull the price. They need where the higher volume is. It's actually like a magnet. Is of course you have a lot of iron things all the way maybe 100 meters. Okay, if you want to pull those iron to come to your side, then what are you going to do? You are going to do what? You're going to put the magnet, then you increase another magnet, then you get, once the price starts coming to your side, you can remove the market, and then what you're going to do, you're going to buy. It's like, for example, I don't know. Let me speak in Swahili, maybe I'll translate later. Ushiona wana watu wanaendanga kushika kuku, unachukua mahindi kidogo hivi, alafu unarushia kuku ikikuja unashika. That is the same thing with the volume. So that is what most institutions do. They hand a lot of volume at a certain area. Once the price start coming to that area, they just remove, and the market start moving to opposite direction, or they buy. So it's like kind of manipulations. But so which one can you use to do that? You can use depth of the market. You can use, that is the DOM. You can use that, but you need to be very smart, because there are a lot of terminologies and how to know FX volume once they actually start coming in and out. You can use heat maps, not this heat map of features. There's another heat maps. You can just search heat map, you're going to get that. And I think people of cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Ethereum, cryptocurrency, those people have more advantage, because some of those things are going to receive them for free. It's not like trading where you need to pay a lot of money. Those are very expensive things. So the heat map, you're going to see the volume that is coming up, the volume that is actually moving up. That is what you need. But also this is very important, because on the volume profile, you're seeing what activity took place at a certain area, what happened, what is going to be happening. That is very important. Now, for instance, I took this volume profile here. I'm going to delete it, then we take again. This is what you need to do. You move on the left side here, okay, the fourth one. Then you move to the fixed one. You're going to see the one that has volume, and then a line, vertical line. Then you click it. All right, then you need to drag it from the place you want to count the volume, from where to where. Okay, for instance, maybe I want from this candle here all the way to the current price. That means, of course, it is including this all the way down. Then you can put it to the current price where the price is at now. Then you get something like this. It will show you different things in this market. It has this area here. You can actually click it and then go to the settings so that you can know all those sort of things. Then we have these areas. You see this line here. Once I remove it, it's actually gets removed. It's at the top. That is known as VAH. It's actually known as value area high. Value area high is just not at the top, because look at that. Let's click. Like this, you see this value area low around this area. It's not down here, so this does not mean that this is where you start and that is the top of it. All right, that does not mean it. Okay, that means, of course, it's just a volume up and the volume high where we just have volume on the top down. That, of course, now you need to understand more about the POC. POC now is like the center, is actually where the higher price took place. I'm answering the person who asked me about this so that you may be able to understand. Now, the POC is actually where the high price is taking place, and the most of the time is where, for example, you see the market was actually like markets, of course, because that is where we have high activity taking place. Like, for example, you see when we have long candles is actually around this area here, where you see high these bars long, because now the volume profile shows you the number of volume with the price. The volume on downside here is just shows you the volume, the net volume with time. So the most important thing is the price, because that is what we use to trend. So you use the time, you use the price, so that is what you have. Now there's some of things that you're not going to see. For example, this is what this is known as B. There are different types of volumes, profiles that you are going to encounter, and they just show different things, right? They just show different things. Number one, let me show you. For example, I have this is this line. Assume this is line. Okay, let me bring a pen. Where is that pen? Let's brush. This type of this one that is known as B. So which one is this? This is actually B. Okay, you need to understand what B shows, so that when you see a B on volume profile, then you know this is how it's actually going to be. Okay, for example, this is B, because why it says B? We have what we call now HVN. HVN, that is high volume nodes. Of course, there's higher volume on the top, and there's also higher volume here. So all these are higher volume. So means it's not a now POC or what, is actually where higher volume is just taking place. It's different from VAH, because VAH is value area high, of course, than higher price of where the volume is taking place. And difference is that, but should be the center of it is the POC, the point of control. Okay, but this is what we call high volume nodes. Means this all the region is here. This is this high volume nodes. What about this? Low VLVN. Right, that is a low volume node. So That is what you need to know. There's high activity taking place here, high activity taking place here. There are a lot of things that you learn from this. It tells you as well that, you know what, so many people were not interested in trading volume around that area here. That can be one thing. Not so many people who are this volume here around this area here. There were no people who are exchanging a lot of volume around that area here. Meaning, there was no people fighting around that area here. So it's just a straight line. There's no parking. It's just like on a highway. Okay. There's no alighting. There's no boarding. And around high volume downs, that is where we have boarding and all those activity taking place. And as you see, when the market approaches on a highway, ukitoka Nairobi ukienda Thika, it's just sharp. When you move from one town to another, then you need to pass through on a highway. So that is what normally happens. So we have different formation. We have, this is B. We have P, where we can have P forming at the top. We can have B. This is B, which is actually capital, and we have small b. Okay, we have D. We have D. Actually, we can have D. D is like this. You know how to draw this, so I'm not going to do this. So of course, low volumes where we have high volume nodes just at the center. This shows you different things. I cannot just offer the full class of volume profile. Go and search it. I have made that video is on TikTok and also on this YouTube channel. You just go and watch it, how to trend it, what you need to understand about the volume profile here. And then those are sort of things, how they present, what they show. But that is just simple thing. If you really need to achieve that kind of result, because yes, it's going to be different, all you just need to do is just click and go to settings, and then you need the values. These values here, if you remove these values, then you see you are not going to see these values. Then you look at that. You need to know where the developing POC is. You see developing POC around all the way down here. You see all the developing POC, developing VA, VS. Yeah. That's what we have. It's very important. It's really very, very important. And that's why I'm saying there's likelihood for gold to even move. And once it moves through the low volume nodes, likelihood is actually going to drop like a bomb all the way down. Okay, that is what can happen to this market. I don't know when that is going to happen, but trust me, anytime. The reason I cannot enter in this market right now is because of what I see. Is because there's danger in between around that area here, and that is one of the most dangerous areas that we can actually have. The B sign is really very dangerous when it comes to the buyers, because you can buy and the market drops like a bomb, you know, like how the Saturn was dropped from heaven, and you're going to hit the stop loss so easy. So you need to take those precautions before. You need to be very cautious on that. Like right now, you see the market is rotating between 44.90, and do you have any reason actually to enter that market? Because you'll be looking, if you're going to make money from that, then of course it's look like you are going to be coupling on that. Okay, it's going to be crazy. Okay, I want to announce this. If you want to join free mentorship classes that I'm going to be having, that we still have free guidance, because yesterday I sent on that group 6, I sent almost 4 signals, and they were all accurate to the point. Setups. All right, to learn more about this, then all you just need to do, check one of my videos, the recent videos, not recent videos, I mean, go to, I'm going to send that link here, or maybe go to TikTok, or maybe around this video. So I'm going to send them. Use the XNES register, deposit an amount of money, screenshot and send me using my link, of course, and the best thing is WhatsApp me right now. My number is there, 0796579800. WhatsApp me. I give you the XNS link. You register. I join these classes free of charge. I'm going to be teaching you these things for free. You people can't pay. You have a I don't know what's the problem with people when they are starting to trade. Yes, inakuwa shida and you are looking for money. So I'm not going to be charging you anything. All right. Yeah, your classes will be sponsored. So that is what you need to do, because they will be sponsored by. So I will look for a sponsor, that is the XNS. So that's why you need to at least register and to support them. So you'll be sponsored by them. So that is the easiest thing to do. Is that not good? That's good news, man. That's good news. So you just register with the XNS with my. It just WhatsApp me and give you the link. You register. The classes will be sponsored. Then I'll just teach you those things for free. So that's my confidence that market is going to be moving down. It's crazy, but at the end of it, maybe it's going to make sense. Maybe it's going to make sense. Okay, maybe it's going to make sense. Maybe it's going to make sense. But if the market's going to be moving up, anything can just happen on this time. The market is really confused fundamentally. That is what I said. Yes, I've never said like that before. That's crazy. So I think now you see the market is actually at the center of the POC. The POC that I was explaining about. This just rotating up. It's up there, POC, down the POC, around that area there. Until now, we just get a breakout. Because now what the market needs now is the breakout to answer up. But trust me now, you might actually be breaking towards downside. That is what can happen to this market. We can actually even look for more data, but I know because some people here knew we can look for okay, let's try let's do footprints. It's only that I cannot access my account, because we can do footprint and see where do we have imbalances, right? So it can tell us where we have imbalances, like what happened. But I'm very sure that we might be actually having imbalances here, and the market actually has to, there's difference between the gaps and the imbalances when it comes now to the volume. So the footprint is going to be showing you the imbalances. That is actually one major work of the footprint. What's a footprint? Footprints is where you just see the DNA of this candle. So instead of just seeing the candle, you're going to see what is actually inside that. But the difference between this is actually a summary of footprint. The volume profile is actually a summary of what has actually happened. Let me show you. Let me show you what the footprint means. So if you're going to move to the footprint, you're going to see like this. You're going to see the volume here. You're going to also see the volume across this area here. You see this area here? So these two, if you combine these two, they hand this. So now we are going to be having one side bid and then ask. So this is actually going to be ask. A ask here and here. So these two, when you combine them, they can become 7.78. Yeah. So that's why you see now you're going to see the DNA. So this candle, you're going to see two of them. If we move to the footprint, that's what I'm showing you right now. If you're going to move to the footprint, this is what you're going to see. So instead of seeing this candle here, you're going to see volume at each price. For example, 44.57, 44.58. Then you're going to see this. For example, here, if you see this area here, 44.58, you're going to see bid and ask of that area. So 44, you're going to see maybe bid and ask. Remember, this is bid and ask. So the bid, you're going to see 5K. 2K. Okay, this candle here that moved here, you're going to see 10K and that one. So if you combine between the footprint of this, which is actually going to be either 5K or bid of this and 4K of this, then it's going to give you an equivalent of 6.9. Hello, I'm simplifying you the underflow. That's all. Imagine just that's all. The footprint, just that. Easy as that. Easy as that. You see, that's how footprints are. They're not very hard. It's just the DNA of these candles. Or if there's no other candle, of course, you just remain the same. You're going to see the same and into this. So if I'm going to have a footprint right now and we still have this volume profile here, if I'm going to hunt the volumes here, so why do we have the POC? Why do we have the POC? The POC is having them because why? Because the market is around that area here. The more the market actually rotate around this area, the more we have bigger volume profile. Why? Because the bid of this candle, because every candle has bid and ask. So if you combine bid and ask around this area, bid and ask of this candle, the market touched it. This one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Almost 10 of them. And if you combine bid, then give you this value. That's why it's big. If you combine the ask, it's going to give you this value. That's why it is big. Now, that's how now you see the DNA of that. And that is what contributes to the volume profile. So the volume profile is just a summary, is an additional, is like a hundred, how do we call it? It's a sum. The volume profile is a sum of volume or volume footprint. The volume profile is a sum of volume profile. The volume footprint, the volume profile is a sum of volume footprint. Yes, that is what we have. So I'm waiting to see a breakout. I said that I don't see this market moving down. If that is going to happen, then I don't know. Then I think we'll be hope this. Woof. Give me 1 moment. I'm going to be coming back. Acha nichukue maji kidogo. Sindio? Alafu we're going to move to next. I hope you are learning. I'm telling you bigger things here that you're not going to hear anywhere else. So sawa.
Writing in the margins of my mind all day, sipping herbal in the morning just to feel okay. Had a dream I was water just flowing through space, till I landed on the record that my grandma would play. Talk sweet like jazz in the park after rain. What a grass smell green and the air feels sane. Put the phone on mute, let the silence explain. I don't need much, just a book in the brain. Used to chase things that were run from me. Now I sit still, let the peace come free. Paint a verse in the sky with a loose leaf. While the moon do a dance with a soft oak tree. Let it ride, let it be what it be. Got a breeze in my chest and a thought run free. I don't rush, I don't race, I just float on 3. Got a vibe in my soul, got a life on key. Let it ride, let it breathe, let it roll like that. Got the world in my cup and the beat in the back. I don't stress, I don't fold, I just lean on facts. If the sun don't shine, I'ma still bounce back. I've been good, I've been gone, I've been lost in the loops. Got a hoodie and some headphones, walking with truths. Ain't no answers in the feed, just noise and flex. But I found God once in a vinyl set. Talk slow when I speak, let the moment stretch. Learn peace ain't found, it's a thing you protect. Yeah, I vibe like water, I change and shift. But the roots still deep like my grandma's grits. City move fast, but I drift like smoke. Let the rhythm in my chest be the way I cope. Wrote a song for the days that feel soft and broke. Where the healing don't shout, but it still got hope. Let it ride, let it breathe, let it be what it be. Got a breeze in my chest and a thought run free. I don't rush, I don't race, I just float on 3. Got a vibe in my soul, got a life on key. Let it ride, let it breathe, let it roll like that. Got the world in my cup and the beat in the back. I don't stress, I don't fold, I just lean on facts. If the sun don't shine, I'ma still bounce back. Let it ride, let it be, let it be what it be. Got a breeze in my chest and a thought run free. I don't rush, I don't race, I just float on 3. Got a vibe in my soul, got a life on key. Let it ride, let it breathe, let it roll like that. Got the world in my cup and the beat in the back. I don't stress, I don't fold, I just lean on facts. If the sun don't shine, I'ma still bounce back. in the margins of my mind all day, sipping herbal in the morning just to feel okay. Had a dream I was water just flowing through space, till I landed on the record that my grandma would play. Talk sweet like jazz in the park after rain. What a grass smell green and the air feels sane. Put the phone on mute, let the silence explain. I don't need much, just a book in the brain. Used to chase things that were run from me. Now I sit still, let the peace come free. Paint a verse in the sky with a loose leaf. While the moon do a dance with a soft oak tree. Let it ride, let it be what it be. Got a breeze in my chest and a thought run free. I don't rush, I don't race, I just float on three. Got a vibe in my soul, got a life on key. Let it ride, let it breathe, let it roll like that. Got the world in my cup and the beat in the back. I don't stress, I don't fold, I just lean on facts. If the sun don't shine, I'ma still bounce back. I've been good, I've been gone, I've been lost in the loops. Got a hoodie and some headphones, walking with truths. Ain't no inches in the feed, just noise and flex. But I found God once in a vinyl set. Talk slow when I speak, let the moment stretch. Learn peace ain't found, it's a thing you protect. Yeah, I vibe like water, I change and shift. But the roots still deep like my grandma's grits. City move fast, but I drift like smoke. Let the rhythm in my chest be the way I cope. Wrote a song for the days that feel soft and broke. What a healing don't shout, but it still got hope. Let it ride, let it be what it be. Got a breeze in my chest and a thought run free. I don't rush, I don't race, I just float on three. Got a vibe in my soul, got a life on key. Let it ride, let it breathe, let it roll like that. Got the world in my cup and the beat in the back. I don't stress, I don't fold, I just lean on facts. If the sun don't shine, I'ma still bounce back. Let it ride, let it be what it be. Got a breeze in my chest and a thought run free. I don't rush, I don't race, I just float on three. Got a vibe in my soul, got a life on key. Let it ride, let it breathe, let it roll like that. Got the world in my cup and the beat in the back. I don't stress, I don't fold, I just lean on facts. If the sun don't shine, I'ma still bounce back. Writing in the margins of my mind all day, sipping herbal in the morning just to feel okay. Had a dream I was water just flowing through space, till I landed on the record that my grandma would play. Talk sweet like jazz in the park after rain. What a grass smell green and the air feels sane. Put the phone on mute, let the silence explain. I don't need much, just a book in the brain. Used to chase things that were run from me. Now I sit still, let the peace come free. Paint a verse in the sky with a loose leaf. While the moon do a dance with a soft oak tree. Let it ride, let it be what it be. Got a breeze in my chest and a thought run free. I don't rush, I don't race, I just float on three. Got a vibe in my soul, got a life on key. Let it ride, let it breathe, let it roll like that. Got the world in my cup and the beat in the back. I don't stress, I don't fold, I just lean on facts. If the sun don't shine, I'ma still bounce back. I've been good, I've been gone, I've been lost in the loops. Got a hoodie and some headphones, walking with truths. Ain't no inches in the feed, just noise and flex. But I found God once in a vinyl set. Talk slow when I speak, let the moment stretch. Learn peace ain't found, it's a thing you protect. Yeah, I vibe like water, I change and shift. But the roots still deep like my grandma's grits. City move fast, but I drift like smoke. Let the rhythm in my chest be the way I cope. Wrote a song for the days that feel soft and broke. What a healing don't shout, but it still got hope. Let it ride, let it be what it be. Got a breeze in my chest and a thought run free. I don't rush, I don't race, I just float on three. Got a vibe in my soul, got a life on key. Let it ride, let it breathe, let it roll like that. Got the world in my cup and the beat in the back. I don't stress, I don't fold, I just lean on facts. If the sun don't shine, I'ma still bounce back. Let it ride, let it be what it be. Got a breeze in my chest and a thought run free. I don't rush, I don't race, I just float on three. Got a vibe in my soul, got a life on key. Let it ride, let it breathe, let it roll like that. Got the world in my cup and the beat in the back. I don't stress, I don't fold, I just lean on facts. If the sun don't shine, I'ma still bounce back. Writing in the margins margins of my mind all day, sipping herbal in the morning just to feel okay. Had a dream I was water just flowing through space, till I landed on the record that my grandma would play. Talk sweet like jazz in the park after rain. What the grass smell green and the air feels sane. Put the phone on mute, let the silence explain. I don't need much, just a book in the brain. Used to chase things that were run from me. Now I sit still, let the peace come free. Paint a verse in the sky with a loose leaf. While the moon do a dance with a soft oak tree. Let it ride, let it be what it be. Got a breeze in my chest.
Did anyone get it on that? Did you get what is the floating profile? How you navigate through it? Did you get it? Did you get it? Did you get it? I see now the market is almost approaching to the area that we were talking about. Remember, this is the area that we don't do anything. Don't enter around that area, my friend. And from now, I'm going to be preparing out for the entry in case maybe we touch those regions, because that is really very important. What I'm going to be putting my, you know what is going to happen here? So how do we call them? Scalpers. There are a lot of opportunity right now, but I don't know whether we are going to be scalping today, because if you have been to scalp, we can try, but make sure that you put that in mind. That setup, that is the one that we need to focus on. We don't need a lot of them. We can still try the scalp right now. Let's see. But if you're joining us for the first time, kindly like, subscribe. That is the most important thing. Subscribe right now. Subscribe right now. Click that subscribe button. Right, click that subscribe button. I think we need to move. We need bigger numbers here. So I want to show you why the market is moving and behaving like that, because let's see, 15-minute time frame. Why do we have something like that? Just simple. A lot of this is again 44.80. Let me go to the strike so that I see the same thing that was let's see what has actually been happening around that area. It's really concerning. 44.80, 44.75. I'm going to tell you where the price is going to reverse from. Is the market now trying to fill this small gap that has been created once? But I don't think so. Maybe there they can give it 87. Right now we at 86, 85. 87 around this area here. This is scalping matters. Breakout things. 40, actually not 40, but most of the time we get up to this 89, so maybe we might not be getting to 90. I'm going to open the price so that we can scalp a little bit before the bigger moves comes. Okay. Right. The market is not going to move past 89. The page requested does 96 has been moved. Moved to where? Moved where? Why? Can I use the VPN? I need to use VPN on this so that we can get access to. Let me open the VPN. tuingie Netherlands. Tuingie US, Japan. This is 88 to 89, so I'm expecting a small move once the market approaches this scalping trend. So I'm going to open my MT5. We're gonna thrive with this. Don't want something that is boring. We need small lot sizes to small dollars here and there as the market continues to move. Ama watu wanakutukataza juu. Let me log in.
Sipping herbal in the morning just to feel okay. Had a dream I was water just flowing through space, till I landed on the record that my grandma would play. Talk sweet like jazz in the park after rain. What a grass smell green and the air feels sane. Put the phone on mute, let the silence explain. I don't need much, just a book in the brain. Used to chase things that were run from me. Now I sit still, let the peace come free. Paint a verse in the sky with a loose leaf. While the moon do a dance with a soft oak tree. Let it ride, let it be what it be. Got a breeze in my chest and a thought run free. I don't race, I just float on three. Got a vibe in my soul, got a life on key. Let it ride, let it breathe, let it roll like that. Got the world in my cup and the beat in the back. I don't stress, I don't fold, I just lean on facts. If the sun don't shine, I'ma still bounce back. I've been good, I've been gone, I've been lost in the loops. Got a hoodie and some headphones, walking with truths. Ain't no answers in the feed, just noise and flex. But I found God once in a vinyl set. Talk slow when I speak, let the moment stretch. Learn peace ain't found, it's a thing you protect. Yeah, I vibe like water, I change and shift. But the roots still deep like my grandma's grits. City move fast, but I drift like smoke. Let the rhythm in my chest be the way I cope. Wrote a song for the days that feel soft and broke. What a healing don't shout, but it still got hope. Let it ride, let it breathe, let it be what it be. Got a breeze in my chest and a thought run free. I don't rush, I don't race, I just float on three. Got a vibe in my soul, got a life on key. Let it ride, let it breathe, let it roll like that. Got the world in my cup and the beat in the back. I don't stress, I don't fold, I just lean on facts. If the sun don't shine, I'ma still bounce back. Let it ride, let it breathe, let it be what it be. Got a breeze in my chest and a thought run free. I don't rush, I don't race, I just float on three. Got a vibe in my soul, got a life on key. Let it ride, let it breathe, let it roll like that. Got the world in my cup and the beat in the back. I don't stress, I don't fold, I just lean on facts. If the sun don't shine, I'ma still bounce back. day, sipping herbal in the morning just to feel okay. Had a dream I was water just flowing through space, till I landed on the record that my grandma would play. Talk sweet like jazz in the park after rain. What the grass smell green and the air feels sane. Put the phone on mute, let the silence explain. I don't need much, just a book in the brain. Used to chase things that were run from me. Now I sit still, let the peace come free. Paint a verse in the sky with a loose leaf. While the moon do a dance with a soft oak tree. Let it ride, let it be, let it be what it be. Got a breeze in my chest and a thought run free. I don't rush, I don't race, I just float on three. Got a vibe in my soul, got a life on key. Let it ride, let it breathe, let it roll like that. Got the world in my cup and the beat in the back. I don't stress, I don't fold, I just lean on facts. If the sun don't shine, I'ma still bounce back. I've been good, I've been gone, I've been lost in the loops. Got a hoodie and some headphones, walking with truths. Ain't no answers in the feed, just noise and flex. But I found God once in a vinyl set. Talk slow when I speak, let the moment stretch. Learn peace ain't found, it's a thing you protect. Yeah, I vibe like water, I change and shift. But the roots still deep like my grandma's grits. City move fast, but I drift like smoke. Let the rhythm in my chest be the way I cope. Wrote a song for the days that feel soft and broke. Where the healing don't shout, but it still got hope. Let it ride, let it be, let it be what it be. Got a breeze in my chest and a thought run free. I don't rush, I don't race, I just float on three. Got a vibe in my soul, got a life on key. Let it ride, let it breathe, let it roll like that. Got the world in my cup and the beat in the back. I don't stress, I don't fold, I just lean on facts. If the sun don't shine, I'ma still bounce back. Let it ride, let it be, let it be what it be. Got a breeze in my chest and a thought run free. I don't rush, I don't race, I just float on three. Got a vibe in my soul, got a life on key. Let it ride, let it breathe, let it back. I don't stress, I don't fold, I just lean on facts. If the sun don't shine, I'ma still bounce back. Writing in the margins of my mind all day, sipping herbal in the morning just to feel okay. Had a dream I was water just flowing through space, till I landed on the record that my grandma would play. Talk sweet like jazz in the park after rain. What the grass smell green and the air feels sane. Put the phone on mute, let the silence explain. I don't need much, just a book in the brain. Used to chase things that were run from me. Now I sit still, let the peace come free. Paint a verse in the sky with a loose leaf. While the moon do a dance with a soft oak tree. Let it ride, let it be, let it be what it be. Got a breeze in my chest and a thought run free. I don't rush, I don't race, I just float on three. Got a vibe in my soul, got a life on key. Let it ride, let it breathe, let it roll like that. Got the world in my cup and the beat in the back. I don't stress, I don't fold, I just lean on facts. If the sun don't shine, I'ma still bounce back. I've been good, I've been gone, I've been lost in the loops. Got a hoodie and some headphones, walking with truths. Ain't no answers in the feed, just noise and flex. But I found God once in a vinyl set. Talk slow when I speak, let the moment stretch. Learn peace ain't found, it's a thing you protect. Yeah, I vibe like water, I change and shift. But the roots still deep like my grandma's grits. City move fast, but I drift like smoke. Let the rhythm in my chest be the way I cope. Wrote a song for the days that feel soft and broke. Where the healing don't shout, but it still got hope. Let it ride, let it be, let it be what it be. Got a breeze in my chest and a thought run free. I don't rush, I don't race, I just float on three. Got a vibe in my soul, got a life on key. Let it ride, let it breathe, let it roll like that. Got the world in my cup and the beat in the back. I don't stress, I don't fold, I just lean on facts. If the sun don't shine, I'ma still bounce back. Let it ride, let it be, let it be what it be. Got a breeze in my chest and a thought run free. I don't rush, I don't race, I just float on three. Got a vibe in my soul, got a life on key. Let it ride, let it breathe, let it roll like that. Got the world in my cup and the beat in the back. I don't stress, I don't fold, I just lean on facts. If the sun don't shine, I'ma still bounce back. Writing in the margins of my mind all sipping herbal in the morning just to feel okay. Had a dream I was water just flowing through space till I landed on the record that my grandma would play. Talk sweet like jazz in the park after rain. What a grass smell green and the air feels sane. Put the phone on mute, let the silence explain. I don't need much, just a book in the brain. Used to chase things that were run from me.
Yo, my account now is set up. We are ready now to at least escape some goodies here. No, what do we have? What do we have around that area here? So I into this. Let's see, on 5-minute time frame. That is what I was checking. Is this market really going to be moving 90s? What do we have right here? This is the trend line that I do, and was waiting to see where the market actually can come back all the way to this area here. Yeah, but this candle kept moving up. I want to see what we have now. I'm ready for the entries. Let's now find our first entry. Let's now find our first entry from this 5 minutes. So around this, why does it look like this area here? Seems the market is so determined to move. Do we have a proof from this? What about 91, 92? Yes, this has actually been filled up, so I need a perfect small entry right here. I need a small perfect entry. Confused element 92. Let's see. Not confident about this. I want to see 92. It's not that perfect though, but this move that we have here, this start and this took us to this place. See this? Okay. 5-minute time frame. Aha. Okay. I'm going to look for a small entry here.
Got a hoodie and some headphones, walking with truths. Ain't no answers in the feed, just noise and flex. But I found God once in a vinyl set. Talk slow when I speak, let the moment stretch. Learn peace.
Let's see how the price behaves around that area there. Let's see how the market behaves right there. I'm using this account here, but I still have another account. I think I was investing in US30. It is negative $12 though. This as of almost $800. These are down as 200. I also have a profile account from I actually have another account here, so let me get to it. Let me see whether I can just grow it. Where is it? Let's see whether we can just take it to something. Let's see whether I can take it to. Let me see whether I can finish what I started. Let me see whether I can finish what I started. phase 1, so I'm almost to 5,000, so just remaining around 1,300, so maybe I'm going to be getting it. That's why I'm actually waiting to see. So we have already made 3,758, so I'm now starting to wait. I'm going to wait to see how the market actually, this is actually going to be one of the biggest thing that I'm going to be focusing on as well, to make sure that I pass this account as well. I need to focus also on this. I need to finish this phase so that I can just get funded as well. Okay, I need to finish this. I need to finish this. How? I need to finish that. And I think maybe buying from when the market actually comes down all the way there, that is the one that I'm going to have, is actually going to be more important. It's going to be more good than that. It's actually going to be vital. It's going to be amazing if we actually buy all the way down. I think if I can just get that entry, the market moving all the way to our key area of interest, I think I'll be passing that profile. Can be passing it, so I'll be passing it through. That's a small retracement. How much?
Sipping herbal in the morning just to feel okay. Had a dream I was water just flowing through space, till I landed on the record that my grandma would play. Talk sweet like jazz in the park after rain. What a grass smell green and the air feels sane. Put the phone on mute, let the silence explain. I don't need much, just a book in the brain. Used to chase things that were run from me. Now I sit still, let the peace come free. Paint a verse in the sky with a loose leaf. While the moon do a dance with a soft oak tree. Let it ride, let it be, let it be what it be. Got a breeze in my chest and a thought run free. I don't rush, I don't race, I just float on three. Got a vibe in my soul, got a life on key. Let it ride, let it breathe, let it roll like that. Got the world.
Chris Wesonga, can we do live stream together? What do you want us to talk about, and what's the live stream about?
But I found God once in a vinyl set. Talk slow when I speak, let the moment stretch. Learn peace ain't found, it's a thing you protect. Yeah, I vibe like water, I change and shift, but the roots still deep like my grandma's grits. City move fast, but I drift like smoke. Let the rhythm in my chest be the way I cope. Wrote a song for the days that feel soft and broke. What a healing don't shout, but it still got hope. Let it ride, let it breathe, let it be what it be. Got a breeze in my chest and a thought run free. I don't rush, I don't race, I just float on three. Got a vibe in my soul, got a life on key. Let it ride, let it breathe, let it roll like that. Got the world in my cup and the beat in the back. I don't stress, I don't fold, I just lean on facts. If the sun don't shine, I'ma still bounce back. Let it ride, let it breathe, let it be what it be. Got a breeze in my chest and a thought run free. I don't rush, I don't race, I just float on three. Got a vibe in my soul, got a life on key. Let it ride, let it breathe, let it roll like that. Got the world in my cup and the beat in the back. I don't stress, I don't fold, I just lean on facts. If the sun don't shine, I'ma still bounce back. Writing in the margins of my mind all day. Sipping herbal in the morning just to feel okay. Had a dream I was water just flowing through through space till I landed on the record that my grandma would play. Talk sweet like jazz in the park after rain. What a grass smell green and the air feels sane. Put the phone on mute, let the silence explain. I don't need much, just a book in the brain. Used to chase things that were run from me. Now I sit still, let the peace come free. Paint a verse in the sky with a loose leaf. While the moon do a dance with a soft oak tree. Let it ride, let it be what it be. Got a breeze in my chest and a thought run free. I don't rush, I don't race, I just float on three. Got a vibe in my soul, got a life on key. Let it ride, let it breathe, let it.
The market is still gonna drop like a bomb. It's gonna drop like a bomb. Just wait. Just wait. Just wait. I think the market does not. I wanted to buy from this line that I drew here. See this? This was 86 point something, but I think reversed from 86. My target was this region, of which I know maybe it's going to touch 94, and then we just get back again. So I'm going to short again 94. If the market moves to 45, then I close. Small one. Yeah, I was targeting this. I was waiting to see this. The other one was 89, so where we had to sell 89 here, but the market went to 91, so too. So the next one we're going to target this zone here, 94. The market hitting 94, then we are in. Bigger moves coming, bigger moves coming. Patience.
Sipping herbal in the morning just to feel okay. Had a dream I was water just flowing through space till I landed on the record that my grandma would play. Talk sweet like jazz in the park after rain. What a grass smell green and the air feels sane. Put the phone on mute, let the silence explain. I don't need much, just a book in the brain. Used to chase things that were run from me. Now I sit still, let the peace come free. Paint a verse in the sky with a loose leaf. While the moon do a dance with a soft oak tree. Let it ride, let it be what it be. Got a breeze in my chest and a thought run free. I don't rush, I don't race, I just float on three. Got a vibe in my soul, got a life on key. Let it ride, let it breathe, let it roll like that. Got the world in my cup and the beat in the back. I don't stress, I don't fold, I just lean on facts. If the sun don't shine, I'ma still bounce back. I've been good, I've been gone, I've been lost in the loops. Got a hoodie and some headphones, walking with truths. Ain't no answers in the feed, just noise and flex. But I found God once in a vinyl set. Talk slow when I speak, let the moment stretch. Learn peace ain't found, it's a thing you protect. Yeah, I vibe like water, I change and shift. But the roots still deep like my grandma's grits. City move fast, but I drift like smoke. Let the rhythm in my chest be the way I cope. Wrote a song for the days that feel soft and broke. Why the healing don't shout, but it still got hope. Let it ride, let it be what it be. Got a breeze in my chest and a thought run free. I don't rush, I don't race, I just float on three. Got a vibe in my soul, got a life on key. Let it ride, let it breathe, let it roll like that. Got the world in my cup and the beat in the back. I don't stress, I don't fold, I just lean on facts. If the sun don't shine, I'ma still bounce back. Let it ride, let it be what it be. Got a breeze in my chest and a thought run free. I don't rush, I don't race, I just float on three. Got a vibe in my soul, got a life on key. Let it ride, let it breathe, let it roll like that. Got the world in my cup and the beat in the back. I don't stress, I don't fold, I just lean on facts. If the sun don't shine, I'ma still bounce back. Writing in the margins of my mind all day. Sipping herbal in the morning just to feel okay. Had a dream I was water just flowing through space till I landed on the record that my grandma Talk sweet like jazz in the park after rain. What a grass smell green and the air feels sane. Put the phone on mute, let the silence explain. I don't need much, just a book in the brain. Used to chase things that were run from me. Now I sit still, let the peace come free. Paint a verse in the sky with a loose leaf. While the moon do a dance with a soft oak tree. Let it ride, let it be, let it be what it be. Got a breeze in my chest and a thought run free. I don't rush, I don't race, I just float on three. Got a vibe in my soul, got a life on key. Let it ride, let it breathe, let it roll like that. Got the world in my cup and the beat in the back. I don't stress, I don't fold, I just lean on facts. If the sun don't shine, I'ma still bounce back. I've been good, I've been gone, I've been lost in the loops. Got a hoodie and some headphones, walking with troops. Ain't no inches in the feed, just noise and flex. But I found God once in a vinyl set. Talk slow when I speak, let the moment stretch. Learn peace ain't found, it's a thing you protect. Yeah, I vibe like water, I change and shift. But the roots still deep like my grandma's grits. City move fast, but I drift like smoke. Let the rhythm in my chest be the way I cope. Wrote a song for the days that feel soft and broke. Where the healing don't shout, but it still got hope. Let it ride, let it be, let it be what it be. Got a breeze in my chest and a thought run free. I don't rush, I don't race, I just float on three. Got a vibe in my soul, got a life on key. Let it ride, let it breathe, let it roll like that. Got the world in my cup and the beat in the back. I don't stress, I don't fold, I just lean on facts. If the sun don't shine, I'ma still bounce back. Let it ride, let it be, let it be what it be. Got a breeze in my chest and a thought run free. I don't rush, I don't race, I just float on three. Got a vibe in my soul, got a life on key. Let it ride, let it breathe, let it roll like that. Got the world in my cup and the beat in the back. I don't stress, I don't fold, I just lean on facts. If the sun don't shine, I'ma still bounce back. Writing in the margins of my mind all day. Sipping herbal in the morning just to feel okay. Had a dream I was water just flowing through space. Till I landed on the record that my grandma would play. Talk sweet like jazz in the park after rain. What a grass smell green and the air feels sane. Put the phone on mute, let the silence explain. I don't need much, just a book in the brain. Used to chase things that were run from me. Now I sit still, let the peace come free. Paint a verse in the sky with a loose leaf. While the moon do a dance with a soft oak tree. Let it ride, let it be, let it be what it be. Got a breeze in my chest and a thought run free. I don't rush, I don't race, I just float on three. Got a vibe in my soul, got a life on key. Let it ride, let it breathe, let it roll like that. Got the world in my cup and the beat in the back. I don't stress, I don't fold, I just lean on facts. If the sun don't shine, I'ma still bounce back. I've been good, I've been gone, I've been lost in the loops. Got a hoodie and some headphones, walking with troops. Ain't no inches in the feed, just noise and flex. But I found God once in a vinyl set. Talk slow when I speak, let the moment stretch. Learn peace ain't found, it's a thing you protect. Yeah, I vibe like water, I change and shift. But the roots still deep like my grandma's grits. City move fast, but I drift like smoke. Let the rhythm in my chest be the way I cope. Wrote a song for the days that feel
We need some profit and then we close this down. We need some before the market actually moves. And I think this actually might be happening during the overlap. This can actually be happening and London, New York session overlap around that area. New York session, that is the time I think the market actually might be moving towards that. Why did I enter so? This losses is very small though, but yeah. What is this now? Small lot size. Anyway, the move 5 minutes after, not really going to. This is the area. The market is going to move to this area here and then close. 92. So, Jesus, seriously, $3. Who is? Are we here for the? Shit. I don't know how this is. How much is this account actually? Let me switch to this. Let me move to let me use this profile account so that I can use bigger leverage on scalping. I need to take it, but I didn't need to use this on that bigger move so that it can take us direct to the challenge, finishing the challenge. That is what I said. Yeah, we need to finish this challenge with that bigger moves. Yeah, so this is the area I'm expecting to. So once we see this market around 40.90, then I think bomb. Yes, I need to find another entry because I think I used a small loss like right there. I used a small lot to such there.
City move fast, but I drift like smoke. Let the rhythm in my chest be the way I cope. Wrote a song for the days that feel soft and broke. What a healing don't shout, but it still got hope. Let it ride, let it be what it be. Got a breeze in my chest and a thought run free. I don't rush, I don't race, I just float on three. Got a vibe in my soul, got a life on key. Let it ride,
so around this area here, we have a small buy. 90, 91, 90, 90s. Let's see what the market is going to touch is 91 and below. A small buy. Now you see why this area is significant. You see how the market has touched it. This area here, you may be asking why. It's just simple. Look at this region. It's another region where you see the market forming like that, and you just need some observations. There's a gap that has been created here. Then there is the area we need to revisit. That is why I'm saying the market actually might be touching that before we continue to move up. Put the phone on mute, let the silence explain. I don't need much, just a book in the brain. Oh.
Used to chase things that will run from me. Now I sit still, let the peace come free. Paint a verse in the sky with a loose leaf. While the moon do a dance with a soft oak tree. Let it ride, let it be what it be. Got a breeze in my chest and a thought run free. I don't rush, I don't race, I just float on three. Got a vibe in my soul, got a life on key. Let it ride, let it breathe, let it roll like that. Got the world in my cup and the beat in the back. I don't stress, I don't fold, I just lean on facts. If the sun don't shine, I'ma still bounce back. I've been good, I've been gone, I've been lost in the loops. Got a hoodie and some headphones, walking with truths. Ain't no answers in the feed, just noise and flex. But I found God once in a vinyl set. Talk slow when I speak, let the moment stretch. Learn peace ain't found, it's a thing you protect. Yeah, I vibe like water, I change and shift. But the roots still deep like my grandma's grits. City move fast, but I drift like smoke. Let the rhythm in my chest be the way I cope. Wrote a song for the days that feel soft and broke. What a healing don't shout, but it still got hope. Let it ride, let it be what it be. Got a breeze in my chest and a thought run free. I don't rush, I don't race, I just float on three. Got a vibe in my soul, got a life on key. Let it ride, let it breathe, let it roll like that. Got the world in my cup and the beat in the back. I don't stress, I don't fold, I just lean on facts. If the sun don't shine, I'ma still bounce back. Let it ride, let it be what it be. Got a breeze in my chest and a thought run free. I don't rush, I don't race, I just float on three. Got a vibe in my soul, got a life on key. Let it ride, let it breathe, let it roll like that. Got the world in my cup and the beat in the back. I don't stress, I don't fold, I just lean on facts. If the sun don't shine, I'ma still bounce back. Day, sipping herbal in the morning just to feel okay. Had a dream I was water just flowing through space, till I landed on the record that my grandma would play. Talk sweet like jazz in the park after rain. What a grass smell green in the air, feel feel safe. Put the phone on mute, let the silence explain. I don't need much, just a book in the brain. Used to chase things that will run from me. Now I sit still, let the peace come free. Paint a verse in the sky with a loose leaf. While the moon do a dance with a soft oak tree. Let it ride, let it be what it be. Got a breeze in my chest and a thought run free. I don't rush, I don't race.
On the highest time frame, where are we on the highest time frame? Because that is what you are waiting for, 1 hour time frame. We are still waiting to see something on this. I think we touched this area here. That's crazy. So the market actually might be moving, yeah? Let me get this straight to neutral. Let me neutralize this because the market has already touched this region here. There's likelihood the market actually, when it comes back, we might be heading to what we have been expecting. We have been expecting these bigger moves towards the downside. So let me just now wait on the highest time frame. Just close the orders, because now after touching this region here, these candles actually might be coming all the way to 77, and we don't want to miss that. We don't want to miss that. So there are several opportunities here. 5 minute time frame when we're scamping, but anytime you see opportunity like this, you need to avoid buying more, because when you see opportunity like that, so when you're buying more, then of course you're putting yourself at risk, because you are buying at a very dangerous zone. So I would like to avoid such buying. Fadhali hata kuuza. So it's better even selling. Like for example, where we have been talking about 94, selling at 94, the sell that we took at 94, you can reduce it maybe, and when the market comes to that region, it closes again, something like that. So it's risky. It's risky up there. It's risky. Yeah, it's risky. So let's wait. So because of time, I think we are going to wait from that. So that is what I'm going to be doing. Let me repeat just again so that we can be clear on this. So this is what I'm expecting. I'm expecting this price to be falling maybe to 4,400. That is the area that I'm going to be having massive buys, around 4,400. And that is 4,400 to 4080. And the reason for that distance of 20 point is because there's volatility smile is elevating that area. So using the price points of that I actually placed, that anytime we have something like that, then of course what you need to do is of course and adjust. Let your entries be bigger, let your margin be bigger, let your stop losses be apart, and that leaves the small loss sizes. So that's what I'm going to be doing, and that is the area I'm waiting to see around that area here, from 4,480 all the way to the wire we have entry. There's nothing I'm going to do about that area, unless maybe a sell stop, but no stop loss, no entry around that area, no buying around those area, because there's high risk. That is a volume nonce, the area that we have, and there's a likelihood the market can absolutely do magic, use stop loss in a very massive bigger way. Yep. No, in God, no, was song, no. I started doing live streams from 2022, so my first live stream was almost 2021. So how many years are those? From 2026 2020. My live stream, actually, they intended my first live stream on trading 2020, 2021, 2022. So let's say 5 years. 5 years ago. And I don't think whether the ingot was here. I don't think a majority of the brokers were here. Yep. Yeah, so let me just wait from that. Kindly make sure that you subscribe to this DUN AUREX, take that setup, and it's going to be interesting. So that is what I'm expecting to see today. I'm going to be sending you this because I'm recording right now what we are going to be having. So this is a setup that I'm going to have, and I'm going to be waiting in case the market moves to 45.77.27. That is a likelihood of resistance where I'm going to have rejection. So make sure that once you see 45.27, sell immediately. Once you see 45.70.27, sell immediately. But the more anticipated one is where the market moves to that scale in zone. That is what you're going to be waiting to see. And I think tomorrow I can come back live again so that we can have this follow up. I like to do it like 2 to 3 times. Maybe tomorrow we can finalize on Friday so that we can just do this again. So to follow up on what we have said today, if it's going to be like that. But most of these moves maybe around London session, that is when we're going to receive this. I think I've live streamed 2 hours 45 minutes now. Allow me now to do other things so that we meet again tomorrow. Make sure that you subscribe right now. If you are here, subscribe right now. If you have not subscribed, subscribe now. Copy a link and at least send to someone. All this information, the only thing that you can just do is invite someone. Tomorrow we start again 11 a.m. Be here 11 a.m. We are going to have those smart entries again and see and improve from it. Okay, like this. Follow me on TikTok, DUN AUREX, in case you want mentorship, you want to learn all these things, a lot of information on the flow, all those sort of things that we signed. Then all you just have to do is WhatsApp me right now, or you can revisit this live. I'm going to be sending a link of XNS, register, deposit an amount of money. WhatsApp, my number is there, ending with 800. WhatsApp me on WhatsApp. Send me a message on WhatsApp. I'll hand you to those free classes that we normally have. That I normally send the setup, so you're going to be included there, just free of charge. All you just have to do, your classes are paid off, so you don't have to be worried about that. Professional staffs, best entry. I'm not going to teach you Forex. I'm going to teach you a strategies, and combining a lot of different things. Yeah, the market is still moving down. That's why I closed that by the 5-minute time frame. So I'm going to be closing anytime. So 5-minute time frame, I'm going to check that what has happened. But that is why I'm saying after the market has touched this 94 here, there is likelihood we are going to proceed all the way down. Observe that. Then in case the market touches those areas, remind me on WhatsApp kindly. Remind me, call me and tell me, hey, chama, mambo imechemuka. Yeah? When you tu mambo imechemuka, things are getting boiled. Things are getting hot. Yeah, okay. Davis explained the CME. We have explained a little bit of it. I'm not explaining. We are actually trending with all those informations. That is what you are doing. Time frame different. Work on 1 hour time frame. That is what I do. And I think I'll see you again tomorrow. But in case the market touches those regions, remember me. Remind me. All right. Set up for now. See you next time.
Cup and the beat in the back. I don't stress, I don't fold, I just lean on facts. If the sun don't shine, I'ma still bounce back. Let it ride, let it be, let it be what it be. Got a breeze in my chest and a thought run free. I don't rush, I don't race, I just float on 3. Got a vibe in my soul, got a life on key. Let it ride, let it breathe, let it roll like that. Got the world in my cup and the beat in the back. I don't stress, I don't fold, I just lean on facts. If the sun don't shine, I'ma still bounce back.